Hello, welcome back to Crush 'em TV, and remember, if you like the discussion, hit like and subscribe. Now, the mental illness of the deranged left continues. If you remember earlier in the week, this lady here, Marla Nadal, said she hopes that Trump gets assassinated. Yeah, that's a pretty fucked up thing to say. And Dems are actually backing her, and they have brought up a petition to support her, and they're all signing it. And of course, it's these far left nut jobs, and they're actually signing a petition in support of the Missouri senator who said that she hopes that he gets assassinated, which is a Facebook post which she later on deleted. And this is what they actually say on here. We as constituents and community members and people who feel the same frustration with our current political landscape stand with Senator Marla Nadal. We know there is a huge difference between saying someone hopes Donald is assassinated and someone calling for his assassination. What? On what fucking planet? Whether you say you're hoping they're assassinated or you're saying, hey buddy, go out and do it, it doesn't make a fucking difference. You gotta be a total goddamn idiot to believe that. Every one of those people signing that fucking thing should be on a Secret Service watch list. You know, and I wouldn't even have a problem with them rounding every one of those sick fuckers up and hauling their butts away, you know, for treason or whatever the heck they want it, sedition, whatever you want to nail them for. That is sick. I mean, if you remember back in the Obama administration, especially people of color like her got extremely upset when some people who were upset with Obama's policies dressed up as a rodeo clown making fun of him in a rodeo. I mean, they got mad over that. They totally pitched a fit, made a big, huge ordeal. Can you imagine if a white senator or somebody had come out calling for him to be assassinated? I mean, imagine the holy hell that would have blown up. But then hypocrites like her are going to turn around now and say, oh no, it's okay, it's really not a big deal. There's a difference between saying I hope and actually trying to instigate somebody to do it. No, saying I hope is instigating somebody to do it, especially when you are a senator. When you are a senator, you have a podium, you have a public face, and you are standing up there saying, I hope so-and-so gets killed, or I hope they get assassinated. You are pushing for assassination. There's no debate about that. There's no question about that. Anyone whose those words come out of their mouth, you're pushing for it. And they should be charged. You know, sedition, treason, whatever the heck, you know, rule of law it falls under for the person in their position, that is what should be applied. You know, now there are people that are calling for her resignation, and they should. She should be fired. Unfortunately, because she's in an elected position, it's a little more complicated than that. But I can guarantee you, if I went into my job or a job anywhere on the planet, working for anybody, and I said those words, I'd be fired. I mean, if you walked in and said that you hoped your boss got assassinated, you'd be canned. There's no question about this, and it is mentally insane and deranged that these people on the left are so far gone in their fucking heads that they think it's an actual debate. I mean, they'll worry about statues and shit that happened 200 years ago, but they don't have a problem with somebody calling for somebody to be murdered today. How fucked up is that? You know, and YouTube, because of their leftist bullshit, will probably go and censor this video and try to pull it down just because I'm speaking the truth and saying what needs to be said. That seems to be the thing, because, you know, while Antifa is out there calling everybody else fascist, they are the fascists. Fascists oppress and suppress the speech of their competition, which is exactly what they do. They want to shut everybody up. That is a Nazi. Antifa and people like her, those are your Nazis now. Those are the fascists. Those are the Nazis. The people that are trying to shut everybody else up and overrule everybody else, you know, and take down statues, hide history, rewrite history. They have no problem with talking about killing somebody today, but they have a problem with the statue that honors somebody's dead relatives. You know, not that those guys were fighting for all the right things, but that war was about more than just one item. You know, it wasn't just about slavery, it was also about states' rights. And you can find videos from Confederate soldiers before they died where, you know, they were interviewed. It's actually, they don't have video of it, but it's the radio being played, and you can hear the interview. It is up on YouTube if you go looking for it. One of the last generals alive of the Confederacy said that in his mind, and everybody that he knew, they were fighting for state rights, not slavery. He said that had little to nothing to do with it to him, and that guy was a general. That doesn't mean they're all perfect. People aren't all perfect now. Our own country does a lot of horrible things right now, but we still love our country, we respect our country, we honor our country. You know, and people have the same right to do those things for their ancestors, even though their ancestors weren't perfect. Even MLK and Malcolm X, who have statues up, held some views that were pretty messed up and not right. MLK was a good guy, but he was definitely anti-gay. He was anti-LGBT. So this same Antifa group, who has a large percentage of gay people in it, you know, who's wanting to tear down all these other statues, why ain't they going after that? Because he's a black guy, that's why. You know, and probably because a lot of them aren't educated enough to even know that the man had other views on other things. But the point being, not that MLK's stuff should come down, it should be up. But the point being is that no man's perfect. You know, every man has good things and bad things, and we honor the good and acknowledge the rest. But anyways, I kind of got off track there of what the initial discussion was. But this is crazy, it shouldn't stand, and I mean, anybody supporting this fool, you are a piece of crap. You know, I didn't like Obama, but I can tell you I prayed every day he was in office that nothing happened to him. You know, I didn't like him, I didn't agree with him. I did not want to see him hurt. And that is the majority of America, the majority of white America, since everybody seems to want to call all white people racist these days. You know, you can disagree with a man and not be a racist. You can disagree with a guy and his policies and not hate him because of his skin tone. I did not like the guy. I couldn't wait until he got out of office. But nobody I knew, no matter how much they despised him, wanted anything bad or horrible to happen to him. Not like this hate that you see coming out of these BLM types like Maria or the Antifa. I don't know if she's Antifa or BLM. She's got to be one of the two. But the kind of hate that you see coming out of BLM and Antifa, I have not seen coming out of anybody in the white community towards that. But of course, I don't hang out with, horrible supremacists or Nazis or none of that shit. And you'd be hard pressed to actually find those people. But anyways, hopefully the world gets to be a better place. You guys have a great day. Remember to hit like and subscribe. We got to keep the discussion going, because things do not get fixed from communication and discussion being shut down the way that these people want to shut it down from everybody else.